Operation Stealth by its_Kingston on AO3. Episode 2, Chapter 1. Confetti everywhere. Surprise! Uraraka jumped up, smiling wildly. I saw you. It doesn't count. Tickle pointed over to her, grinning. You saw me because I waited. Shouldn't have waited, Toga exclaimed. The rest of the league was quick to pick up the stairs after the sudden noise. Someone flipped the light switch on in the chaos. What the hell was that? Dobby asked, surveying the room. And what are you doing here? Party pooper, and to set up the surprise party, Uraraka said. But it wasn't a surprise. Toga had made her way over to Uraraka as she spoke to Dobby, and now stood beside her, arms wrapped around Uraraka. Uh-huh. Were you expecting it? No, she grumbled. Then it was a surprise. If you're allowed to break into my dorm and throw parties, I'm allowed to break into your base and do the same. You even brought cake! Twice clapped his hands together. What's the cake for? My birthday? Toga asked, a soft smile on her face as she looked up at the happy birthday banner and streamers. Yeah, I got the day right? You did say August 7th. Uraraka asked nervously. Yeah, Toga squealed. Hugged her tightly. You remembered. Of course I did. It isn't half bad, considering we didn't tell you where we were this time, Dobby said. Right? He asked Toga. Not yet. We just got here last night. I didn't give up information that easily, she pouted. Yeah, I just followed you from the last place, Uraraka admitted. It was easier than coming up with a reason. And what does UA think of one of their top students staying out with the LOV at late after night? Dobby teased. Unless you're ratting me out? Nothing. Uraraka waved dismissively. Dobby chuckled. It'll be bad for you as it'll be bad for us. Remember that. Still not trusting me? Nope, Toga cut in. Not unless you ditch hero school and join us for real. Not happening. Uraraka crossed her arms. I'm not exactly ecstatic about sneaking out on a nightly basis to meet up with you all. Yet you keep coming back, Dobby said with a disapproving shake of his head. There'd be no reason for me to be here if Himiko left. Uraraka smiled smugly and turned to her. So if you're looking for a change of career, UA's got this villain reform program and you still high school age. Toga stuck her tongue out in response. No way. Yeah, you've got a better chance at joining us. Like, way better, he said. I know, Uraraka said. Still not going to happen. Well, you're an honorary member already, so it could happen. Toga lit up, took Uraraka's hand in her own. I want to be a hero, you know that. Heroes don't keep vital information about top crime organizations away from the heroes, though. Twice said. I thought you were a great hero. A thumbs up followed. Trust me, I know. She sighed. Uh-huh. We should head over to UA and search the place top to bottom, Dobby said. Again? Uraraka asked. Go for it. Not like you're gonna find anything. I'm not working with them. I'm only there to get my hero license and train. She stepped back and took a seat on Toga's bed. Yeah, shut up, Dobby. We already raided her dorm before. Toga plopped down beside Uraraka. Uraraka placed a bit of confetti off Shota's shirt and from her hair. You used my birthday as a cover to raid my room. My birthday. You're never going back to your dorm the night of your birthday and find an entire criminal organization waiting for you in the dark. Uraraka huffed. Let him go if he wants, but all he's gonna get is caught. I'm just saying, you've been around us for a while. Now would be a great time to start filling the heroes in, especially with all that close call a few months back, he said. Not much to keep you around either. Toga looked between them, as she were watching a mid-court tennis game. Himiko's here, and I get cash.
We've got a huge bounty.
But that involves too much fighting and a chance of losing. Plus, my very first reason was because of her. Uraraka gestured to Toga. Besides, I like to stay out of jail, and something tells me I'd get grouped in with the rest of you. Ha! Toga grinned quickly to Uraraka, grinning from ear to ear. You're not talking to heroes. You're breaking the law by being here with us, and you acknowledged it. She fell against Uraraka, tucking her face against her collarbone. Well, all those things are only because you're here, and I like you too much to stick the whole hero code of conduct. Ah, Toga cooed.
You take the cash, though. Heroes taking bribes are frowned upon.
Dobby leaned against the doorframe. Those aren't bribes, because you aren't convincing me to do anything. It's payments for all those missions that would have been impossible without a little extra information. Just drop it. Uraraka sighed. I'm here for a birthday party, not to debate how morally different I am from the rest of the Hero Society. No chance of me convincing you to join us? Toga asked. No chance of me convincing you? Toga giggled. What kind of cake did you get?
Wait,
Twice said.
vigilante. Like a hero without a license, who's technically not a hero.
I've almost got my license, though. Why would I drop out now? Uraraka asked. Brows furrowed.
I don't know,
Twice replied with a shrug.
Shut up. It's a compromise. Ha! It kinda is,
Dobby said. Uraraka turned to Toga. It's chocolate cake. Homemade too, with strawberry icing, since that's your favorite. Uraraka said bashfully. Hope you like it. I made a little cat face on top too. Toga beamed. Uraraka thought she was radiant when she smiled a full grin like that. It's adorable! Thank you, Chaco. She jumped up, quickly leaning back down for a brief kiss before she skipped over to the cake. Aw, the little whiskers!
Dobby rolled his eyes. As long as it's edible, I don't care.
I'll make sure to burn any birthday cake I make for you, Uraraka said cheerfully.
I can do that myself.
Dobby cracked a smile.
Doesn't make it any less edible.
Uraraka laughed lightly as she got up to stand beside Toga. Like the surprise? Ours was better. She picked up the plastic lid from the cake, ran her fingers across it to get any icing that smeared on the inside. Yours wasn't very fun. Uraraka narrowed her eyes. I got to sit there and watch the hooligan flip through my diary. She hooked her thumb over at Dobby, who smirked in return. What were you even trying to find in there? Dobby put a voice.
Dear Diary, today I turned over all my information of the League of Villains to UA. This is my written confession.
That's a bit on the nose, Uraraka murmured. But you would be the type to start your diary entries like that, huh?
Nope. Mine all go, Dear W.S. Diary.
He deadpanned. Toga bursted out laughing. You never finished high school. Can you even spell W.S.?
Shut up, crazy. You never finished middle school.
Uraraka raised an eyebrow. Really? You didn't finish middle school? They were mean. I couldn't help it, Toga declared. And they looked oh so pretty bleeding like that. I couldn't stop either. Not like I could go back afterwards. Uraraka slumped an arm around her. I know, I'm sorry. I didn't mean for it to sound that way. It's okay. Toga leaned back into Uraraka. You're here, and that's what makes it worth it.
Not me?
Twice asked, gasping. I'm everyone's favorite.
Sure, buddy.
Dobby patted him on the shoulder.
Hey, where'd Shig and Kirigiri go?
I didn't see them, Toga said.
Yeah, I thought they'd come here over once they heard the bang from the confetti poppers.
Dobby snorted.
They heard gunshots and left our sorry asses.
No, that's horrible, Twice said through fits of laughter. They're probably downstairs planning something, or other. Toga waved her hands. I don't care, though. I want to eat cake and watch movies on the big projector screen. Oh, you don't want to open presents? That's fine, I guess. Uraraka sighed, theoretically. Toga gasped. Presents? You got me something. Of course, it's not a surprise party without something. Uraraka met Dobby's gaze. Remember that next time you want to raid some poor UA student's dorm.
Bring an apology gift. Got it.
Can I open my present now? Todoroka asked.
Sure. Guess I'll take my leave,
Dobby said. Oh, come on, live a little, Dobby. We should stay. Twice caught him by the shoulder.
Let's give them some privacy. Go on. Hey, crazy.
Yeah? Toga all but jumped onto her bed.
You want us to stay and watch her open those?
If you want to, she replied. Uraraka grabbed the box she was carrying everything in. Relieved the first grin, Dobby sighed, sat down on the floor without another word. Twice dropped beside him, giggly watching. This one isn't wrapped because I got it last minute. I just saw it yesterday while I was walking around the mall with everyone, and it made me think of you right away. Uraraka handed her a sheet of stickers. I've seen you put those on the vowels you got, and on your knife holder thingy. Aw, look at him! Toga exclaimed. He's a silly little kitten. She giggled. On the sticker sheet were several drawings of a solid black cartoon kitten. Most of them had it holding a kitchen knife between its teeth. I thought you'd like them. Uraraka watched on. But I've got more. Really? Hand them. Over. Toga cheered. Uraraka dug through the box for a moment. You want the big one or the little one first? I get 3 presents? More than Dobby ever gets me. Toga shot a playful glare over at him.
The rock was cool enough to count for 4 presents. You're just greedy.
I want the little one first. The big one last. All right. Uraraka smiled. She removed a wrapping item from the box, roughly the size of a brick, and handed it to Toga. She lifted it up and down a few times, judging the weight. Is it a new case for this? She grabbed the knife from the holster strap at her knee. Uraraka blinked. How'd you even guess that? I wrapped it in a rectangular box so you wouldn't see it. I almost never take these things off, Ochako. I know how much it weighs. Toga tore into the wrapping paper, opening the box. Aw, it's such a cute color. She removed it from the box, holding the blue knife case up. Thought it matched, since you've got the blue mask and your clothes have the same shade of blue. And it looks like it's the right size, Toga said. She slid the knife into a fluid motion. Like butter. Yeah, I measured to make sure, Uraraka said. Toga furrowed her brows, looking over at Uraraka. When? A few weeks ago, when I asked if I could use it to open something? Oh! She nodded along. I remember that.
I sure hope so. It wasn't long ago.
Dobby chimed in. Shush! Toga glared at him.
Nope,
he replied, leaned back against the wall and laced his hands together behind his head. Seconds later, Toga's old knife holster flew across the room, hitting Dobby square in the forehead. Ow, you bitch! Quiet, it's my party.
I had it already. Shut up.
He rubbed his head, grumbling something. Okay. Uraraka stepped between them before anything else could happen. Last present? She looked towards Toga. Yeah. Is it that you're staying over to watch movies? She grinned like the Cheshire Cat, and Uraraka laughed. If you want to think of that as a present, then I guess you have 2 more. I kind of had trouble shopping for you without asking what you wanted, so I hope you like everything. It's all been great. I didn't even expect to see you on my birthday, Toga said. I'm glad you're happy, Uraraka said pleasantly. The last thing is in the bag, and no trying to guess what it is first. Okay, Toga sighed. When Uraraka pulled the bag into her lap, Toga lit up again. Previous disaffection forgotten entirely. She eagerly pulled the tissue paper away until it revealed the item at the bottom. Toga pulled out the pair quickly, reminding Uraraka of the little kid on Christmas morning. Aw, cute little stars. That's been your reaction to everything so far, Uraraka said. That's because it's all been so cute. She lifted up the pajama set into the air, letting it unfold. It was a long sleeve with a pair of matching sweatpants, the shirt pastel yellow with white stars, while the pants were black with the same stars. It's super soft, too. Well, it gets cold all night. Here. Uraraka shrugged. I thought you'd like it. I do! Toga jumped up and ran to hug Uraraka. She kissed her on the cheek, then moved over to where Dobby and Twice sat. Out! I want to put these on now!
Ain't gotta tell me twice.
Dobby groaned as he pushed himself off the floor.
Come on, Jin. You too, hero.
Okie dokie. Twice waved as he headed out of the room.
Happy birthday, Toga.
Yeah, I never told you happy birthday officially. Uraraka spun around to look at her. Happy birthday. Thanks, Toga said. Dobby sighed.
Hero, come on already.
She can stay. I don't mind, Toga said.
Not with my little sister, she won't.
Dobby murmured.
Then louder. Hero, hurry it up.
I'm coming. Just quit calling me that, villain. She bumped her shoulder against Dobby as she walked past him. He chuckled and shut the door behind them as they walked out.
Oh, and happy birthday, crazy,
he shouted after they left. Only crumbs were made of the homemade cake now, dusted across the platter and plates they used. The third Fear Street movie played quietly in the background, cased onto the wall via the projector hooked up into a laptop. Toga yawned and leaned against Uraraka. Sugar crash? Maybe, Toga murmured. Told you not to eat so much cake, Uraraka said. She lightly pushed Toga off her shoulders. Come on, lay down. I was already laying down. On me doesn't count. You know I've got to be out of here in a few hours. I don't want to have to wake you up when I go. Uraraka picked up their plates and dropped them on the table. Toga pouted. What time is it? Around 2, I think. 4 hours is enough sleepy time. Come on, lay down too. Toga patted the bed beside her. Uraraka gave a tired smile. Yeah, I'm coming. Want me to turn this off? No, I want to see the end. Did you even see the middle? Uraraka asked as she sat down beside Toga. I think so? Toga watched the screen cast up on the wall for a moment, turned to Uraraka. I'm Little Spoon. Yeah, I know. Uraraka giggled. She maneuvered around until they were both lying comfortably, Uraraka behind Toga, an arm slung around her. These pajamas are really soft. Right. They even have pockets. Did you know that? Eventually, they fell into an easy silence, just the sound of breathing and whatever was happening on the screen. Some kind of final stand. If all the yelling was to be believed. A few seconds passed, and Uraraka closed her eyes, thinking Toga had long since given in to the sugar crash. Hey, Choco? Apparently she was still up. Uraraka fought to open her eyes again. With no hesitation, Toga said, At first, you were going to betray us, weren't you? Where's that coming from? Brows furrowed. Uraraka tried to keep her cool. Just thinking about earlier. I think I already know the answer, though. You want the truth? Uraraka asked bluntly. Of course I do. Toga tried to roll over and face Uraraka, but was held still by an arm around her. At first, I was only tracking you all so I could turn you in and help save the world. But when I got in, I was so nervous, but so excited to finally be doing something helpful. Not just waiting around for some divisive blow from the League. She took a deep breath. So when I finally found you all, I tried to do everything right. They needed intel, I had it. They needed help with plans, I was good at it. They needed my quirk, I was more than happy to come along and use it. You started flirting with me. I flirted back. Uraraka let that hang in the air for a long while, but Toga said nothing. Then it was weird. One day during class at UA, Izawa-sensei announced the attack, the one where I helped you all packed up just before it. He said any information on the League was needed since the heroes were launching their largest attack yet. The first thing I thought was that I should help them. But not them. I wanted to make sure the League got out safely. It kind of snowballed from there. Before I knew it, I was counting down the minutes until class ended so I could run to the dorm and stress over what to wear for our dates and whether you'd think it was cute. I found myself smiling as I walked back home because being around you just made me so inexplicably happy. It was the same with everyone else, too. I tried my best to hide it, but at first, I was really scared of everyone. I mean, the reputation you all have. She trailed off, trying to find the words. I don't think I'll be able to break in here and be comfortable waiting for all of you to get back if I was still scared of the League. Especially with how bitchy Dobby gets. I don't really know when I started considering him a brother, but I do. Jin too. I guess the League is my second family. Well, third, if you count UA. Toga still didn't say anything, and Uraraka was positive she'd fallen asleep while talking. Ochako sighed contentedly, loosened her hold around Toga. Toga shifted and rolled over to face Uraraka, and put her hand in her cheek. Under the blinking glow of the projector, to the sound of the faint hums and violent screams, Toga kissed her softly. I'm glad you didn't go through with telling UA. I'm not sure what I would have done without you. You're like the only one in the whole wide world who understands me. Uraraka moved forward, burying her face in Toga's shoulder. Her voice was muffled when she spoke, but Toga heard it well enough. I'm glad I didn't either. I would have missed the chance to get to know you and the others. Would have lost my home away from home. You can't stay with us, no matter what Dobby says about not trusting you. I do. Toga pulled her tighter, hugged her as tight as she could. Uraraka hummed, smiled into her shoulder. I love you. I really do. Love you too. And that is done. I recently asked for a knife. Are you flirting with me by its_Kingston on AO3. I asked literally today, so hopefully I get a response for tomorrow. I asked this a while back. By a while back, I mean like a couple days ago. Kingston will know, whatever. Anyways, I am so excited. I think this one's being posted on the 31st, so happy New Year's Eve. I hope everyone's having a good New Year's. There's no one who okay, I was about to say, there's no one who doesn't celebrate New Year's at this time, right? But no. I'm pretty sure there's Chinese New Year's, so that is a different... Is there other New Year's? I know some witches celebrate New Year's on, New Year's Eve on October, and then November 1st being New Year's, right? Because some witches celebrate it like that, like the witches' New Year and stuff like that. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't, and stuff like that. I mean, Halloween as a whole is a pagan... I think it was a pagan or a Wiccan holiday. I don't know which one of the two. I think it was a Wiccan holiday. I believe it was a Wiccan holiday, just like how Christmas originally was a Wiccan holiday. The whole tree... Not the giving gifts. The giving gifts came up later. But the tree thing? Yeah, the tree thing was a Wiccan holiday. The tree... Having the tree decorated and having the tree inside. What's it called? What are those doors things called? They're like circular, and during Christmas they're like made out of the same thing the tree is. And it's like on your front door. Those Wiccan holiday... I know that comes from winter solstice and stuff like that. I'm not 100% sure on all the information on that. But anyways, if you do celebrate New Year's around this time of year, happy New Year's Eve. I hope everybody is excited for the midnight drop. I'm not sure I'm going to post anything like special for New Year's Eve. I do know that I want to do special stuff. Like, for example, Valentine's Day. I would love to do some sort of Valentine's event or something. Maybe do a series where it is Valentine's Day themed or something. I don't know. Something like that. I'm not 100% sure what I could do around that time. I'll see. I have like a month to plan and write, so I'll probably get on top of that. Stuff like that. I want to do certain holiday stuff and themes. I kind of want to do it for this year. I also need to get... Actually, I think that's what I'm going to drop. I think at midnight, I'm going to drop the AO3 wrap. That means I have to record it either tomorrow or the day after. So I'll get on top of that. But yeah, AO3 wrap coming along. Clarification, I'm the one that's compiling all the information that I've gathered of my reading habits from AO3 and compiling it all together to make a Google slide. It is not at all an actual official wrap from AO3. AO3 does not do that. And I don't think AO3 will ever do that. The closest we're gonna get to an AO3 rap is the summertime list that gets dropped. It's around summertime, I believe. That gets dropped. That is like the top 100 ships, and then we get the women loving women version, or women loving non-women version of the list, because they tend to get buried, unfortunately, by MLM. So yeah, I am super excited for that, and this was such a cute little one-shot. As I predicted, it was a ploy. As I was fixing up the description for the first one, I noticed the tags mentioned it. I did not read that the first time. I didn't catch on to that. So, yeah. Anyways, as always, my raindrops, make sure to eat, sleep, drink water, take your meds. Have a wonderful day or night. Link to my Discord server and socials are down in the description. Subscribe to see more of my content, and thank you so much for watching.